1952. Batista is back. From 1940 to 1944, he was Cuba's elect president. After his term ended, he lived in the US, returning this year to run once again for president. However, Batista cannot stand defeat. He has led a military coup putting him back into power. This corrupt and repressive man has revoked our political liberties, exploiting Cuba's commercial interests by aligning himself with large American multinationals and especially the American mafia, who control the drug, gambling, and prostitution businesses in Havana. The media is censored, and anti-communist police are conducting wide-scale violence. This scoundrel of a man must be stopped. I, Fidel Castro, a young lawyer and activist, have been petitioning to overthrow this dictator. However, my arguments that he is a tyrant are rejected by the Cuban courts. Because Fulgencio Batista cannot be overthrown legally, I have gathered a force of armed rebels, and I am ready to take care of this. July 26, 1953. We attacked the Moncada barracks, a military base in Santiago, and the barracks in Bayamo. 9 of my men were killed in the fight, and 56 were imprisoned, then tortured, and finally executed by Batista's regime. The survivors, including my brother Raul and I, were captured shortly after and sentenced to 15 years in prison. 1955. Due to political pressures, Batista freed all political prisoners in Cuba. My Jesuit teachers from childhood succeeded in persuading him to include my brother Raul and I. We then decided to exile to Mexico to prepare for Batista's overthrow under the tutelage of no other than Alberto Bayo, the leader of the Republican forces in the Spanish Civil War. In June of that year, I met Argentinian revolutionary, the famous Ernesto Che Guevara. This admirable man is of great aid to me. The revolutionaries and I have named ourselves the 26th of July movement in memory of the attack at the barracks of Santiago and Bayamo. We have retreated to the Sierra Maestra and are now beginning a guerrilla campaign. 1956. It was the beginning of our guerrilla warfare. Our young grandma sailed to the Sierra Maestra mountains. Batista's army killed many of us only 3 days after our arrival. March 1957. The anti-communist revolutionary directorate tried to kill Batista. With no luck, their leader, Jose Antonio Echeverria, died that day. Following this, the U.S. started an economic embargo on Cuba. Even though Batista's support in Cuba was decreasing, my troops killed anyone suspected of supporting the enemy.
Sí, hemos fusilado. Fusilamos y seguiremos fusilando. Nuestra lucha es una lucha a muerte. Patria o muerte.
My forces were significantly smaller than the Cuban army, about 200 versus 30,000 men. We lost as we won battles. Under 3 rebel columns, we pushed to the west towards Santa Clara. December 30th, 1958, we won the Battle of Santa Clara. January 1st, 1959, Batista, a coward, fled to the Dominican Republic.
American countries over and over again, dictators have come along. They break the country, they've stolen the money, millions and millions of dollars, tortured and killed people. How do you propose to end that here in Cuba?
Very easy. Not permitting that any dictatorship come again to rule our country. You can be surely that Batista is or will be the last dictator of Cuba.